Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So what's next today? This channel is an outlet that I use to talk about my love for sewing. So if you love sewing as well, I hope you'll hit that subscribe button. Today I want to talk about this common thing that I think everybody's probably had happen to you in your life which is you put on a piece of clothing that you are trying on in a dressing room or have bought from a ready to wear any clothing outlet and thought, oh my gosh, why does this look so terrible? So I've struggled with this forever, really. And it has always made me feel like my body was the problem. But I've come to realize that that's not the truth. Our bodies are not the problem. It's this mass-produced clothing. Um, and the reason I say that is because not mass-produced clothing serves its purpose, but I think where my head is at is that we're all shaped so differently, and mass-produced clothing is shaped for one body type, and proportions for those body typed. And so if you're have a different shape that isn't, hourglass figured with a nipped in waist and larger hips, then it doesn't fit you. And then that's why we feel bad about ourselves whenever we put on clothes and we go, I actually don't, it's taken me a long time actually to know that clothing is the problem. Because when you find things that fit you really well, you go, wow, I feel great about myself. I have confidence, and then when you put things on that you don't feel so great in, that confidence kind of dwindles. And so today we're going to talk about those struggles, why they happen, and how this channel is here to help you make clothes that actually fit your body. Well, that's one of the things that I want to talk about because I'm really passionate about it. I think all of our bodies are really beautiful. They do a lot for us. And I know that sounds really cliche, but I've spent so long hating different things about my body. And while sewing your own clothes doesn't, it's not like an overnight fix for some of the image problems that we all suffer from. It's definitely does a lot for your confidence whenever you can make something that is tailored to fit you in whatever shape that you are. So, all right, so let's talk about my shape for a second. Some of you might identify with this and some of you might not, but I have long legs, which I love. My legs are a huge proportion of my actual height. I'm all leg, as some people might say. I also have a short torso, which makes high-rise pants a bit of a challenge. They look pretty weird. I have straight hips and a small butt, so lots of pants just like gape at the back. So I'll just stand up. Hopefully you can see like this is my body. This is what I look like. So, like I said, for years I thought the problem was me, that I just wasn't built like right, that I was awkward and tall and lanky. Oh, I also have really, really long arms, by the way. Um, the reality is that fashion brands design clothes based on standardized proportions that really don't fit most people. So not just me, but maybe you too. Um, So I finally realized this over many years and know now that I can make adjustments to different clothing. And it's like ready to wear, I can actually take it in or adjust it in the right places, so that it fits me. And then when I make stuff myself, I can actually take that in the proper places as well. Okay, so to give you some perspective, ready to wear clothing is typically designed for a woman who is 5'5" to 5'7". I'm 5'9" to 5'10", with a balanced torso to leg ratio and a hip to waist difference of around 10 inches. So if you don't fit into that mold, chances are ready to wear clothing won't fit you properly, whether that means gaping waistbands, the butt is really saggy, but the waistband is tight. Your tops are too short, or they're just awkward proportions. Your sleeves are too short, as you can see here. Um, so what's the problem with standard fitting advice? There are a lot of YouTube channels out there that have sewing tutorials, but most sewing tutorials assume you have curves, like a small waist and full hips. And don't get me wrong, that's helpful for a lot of people, but what if you don't have curves like me? What if your hips are straight, your torso is shorter or longer than average, or your proportions just don't fit the normal sewing pattern proportions? So that's what we're going to talk about on this channel. We're going to try and figure out together. This is a journey. I don't have all the answers, but I want to help people like us who don't really fit the standard mold, make clothes that actually work for our bodies. So I'm going to be sharing things like pattern hacks for different proportions because not everybody needs a full bust adjustment or a sway back adjustment. Some people need to take the crotch of pants in to make it fit their bums the way that it should. We're going to talk about fit fixes for pants, skirts, dresses, how to grade patterns, sewing inspiration for things that you thought may not ever really fit you or looks that may not ever work for you, but how we can adjust them to make them really actually look decent on us. And confidence boosting discussions about fit because fitting your clothes should make you feel really good and not frustrated. Now, I want to hear from you. What is your biggest fit struggle? Have you ever felt like clothing wasn't made for you or for your body type? Drop me a comment below. I'm reading every single one, and I'll be using your feedback to shape future videos. If this sounds like the kind of sewing content you've been looking for, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's coming next, because every body deserves clothes that fit.